Today we are presenting our final evaluation of the Oral Production 2 course. In the following presentation, we are going to talk about different speech genres and features besides locating them in script samples of movies and series. We are going to start talking about the narrative speech genre. That is, the art and ability to tell a story that can be fictional or real. Its main characteristics are found in its structure, as it is chronologically organized. In simple words, a narration counts with an introduction, a plot, a climax, and a conclusion or denouement. The script sample that we took is from The Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring, in which Galadriel explains the origin of the rings in a voice-over to the audience. The next genre we are presenting is identifying. This consists of describing a particular person or thing. It always presents facts and reality about what is being described, but on the other hand it tells selected information. Things often found in identifying are, for example, the name of the person, where does he or she lives, what do they like, any special skills they have, hobbies, and remarkable events on their life. This sample is from the movie Shrek, where the magic mirror has to present different princesses as the bachelorettes to the future King Farquaad. The last speech genre that we are presenting about is service encounters, which is the language that we use at the moment of selling and buying items or services. This genre consists of three main steps: the opening and tone setting, the negotiating service, and the closing interaction and leave-taking. These interactions are usually polite but friendly in between the seller and the customer. Our example here is from the movie Love Actually, in which the protagonist buys a necklace for his lover, and the vendor offers to wrap it like a gift.
The next topic is about binomials. Two words usually joined by the word and or another conjunctions. On the next script, we have an example from the third season of The Walking Dead, which involves the characters of Andrea, Michonne, and Merle Dixon. The binomial here is nice and easy, which means an slow and peacefully way to do something. The context of this scene is basically Merle taking Michonne and Andrea as hostage for the moment, telling them that they should take down their weapons. The next example of binomial takes place also in The Walking Dead, but this time at the seventh season of the show. The characters involved here are Negan, Rick, and Carl Grimes. This time the binomial is safe and sound, which meaning could be without accidents or damage. Is often used after a danger situation. In this scene, Negan brought Carl back alive at Alexandria, after he killed a lot of his men. After that, Rick appears and Negan told him he brought back Carl safe and sound at home. After that he did. Well, now we have the fixed expressions, with two examples, one of them from the series Better Call Saul and another from the series Fear the Walking Dead. Fixed expressions are basically groups of words or phrases, which meaning could be only one. For example, in the script from Better Call Saul, we have the next expression. As far as the people here are concerned, this is related with the knowledge of the people. The people doesn't know that Ghost is who put the money on the table. And in another context, this phrase could refer to an opinion, a view, and other things. In another example, we have here the fixed and idiomatic expression back the wrong horse. This expression was used by Troy Otto 2 times when he was fighting for recover the ranch of his family and kill all of the strangers living there. Nick Clark, one of the main characters from the show, in a try for make Troy listen to reason, got involved in the fight. At the end, in the final periods of the shooting, Nick told Troy he didn't want to die, but neither want Troy to die. However, his answer is, "You backed the wrong horse," which meaning is, "You took the wrong decision," or "be mistaken." In this segment, we have a new category, which are the discourse markers. There are several of them, each one with a different purpose. This time, we have 2 examples. One of them is for the category of clarification, and the other is for the category of dismissal of previous discourse. The one that belongs for clarification is "that is," and the other is "whatever." The examples here belongs to famous series of Breaking Bad. These examples took place during the first season of the series, when Walter White and Domingo, better known as Crazy A, were in the basement of Jesse's house. When Walter and Crazy A were at basement, have a little conversation, in which Crazy A tried to make Walter empathize with him. Crazy A wanted to be able to kill Walter and finally escape. When Walter was about to release him, he asked if he was angry, and he said no. Walter answered that is very understanding. In a normal case, that is will be a nice signal to realize that the message is understood, but in this case, Walter knew in fact the real intentions of Crazy 8. After that, Crazy 8 answered, "Whatever, man, I just wanna go home." Whatever is a dismissal of previous discourse. With this, he was resting importance and relevance to the words of Walter. Finally, Crazy 8 got killed by Walter.
Backchannels are words or expressions used by the listener to indicate that he is paying attention to the speaker. They can be verbal or nonverbal and indicate that the conversation has 2 channels. There are 3 main categories: the non-lexical backchannels, which are often sounds, the phrasal backchannels, which are simple words or phrases, and the substantive backchannels, which are more substantial phrases that often ask for clarifications or repetition. The first example that we can see here is from the series Friends. Here, Joey and Cecilia are talking about how would have been if she had took an offer to be in the Mexican film industry, to which Joey's answer with a phrasal backchannel denoting surprise. This second example is from the Disney's animated movie Tangled. Here Flynn Rider is telling Rapunzel his point of view about her relationship with her mother, and how her mother would react to Rapunzel escaping the tower. Rapunzel listens to him carefully and only responds with back channels as she starts doubting that decision.
In the next topic, we are going to talk about Tails, with the company of one of the characters from the previous categories. Tails are usually at the end of the sentence, and its use is for extend, emphasize, or something clarify some things for the other person or the listener. In the next example, we have again the participation of Negan. The dialogues of these characters are often full of expressions like binomials, tags, and a lot of things. So it's an excellent example for this. During his first appearance on the show, Negan said to Rick Grimes, "You are so gonna regret crossing me in a few minutes." Yes, you are. Which denotes his previous words and two of the most saddest, violent, and rough deaths in the show. The next topic in thread are the modal verbs, usually used to denote a certain intention. In this case, the word in thread is must, and the example takes place in Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. The modal verb must denotes an obligation, a necessity, or a prohibition. In this case, our protagonist must choose between the light side with his belief or the dark side with fake promise about save his wife.
Dialectical verbs are used often with nouns as their objects. These nouns helps to understand the action. Some examples would be to have a swim, take a bath, and have breakfast. The script sample we are using here is from the movie Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Here, the Weasley family and Harry go to the Quidditch World Cup. Arthur Weasley tells them to take a seat in the stadium. Here, take is working as a dialectical verb, and this dialectical structure is composed by the dialectical verb and a noun.